final in Rosario. And first up, we have the bronze medal match for you as China take on Germany. Well, it's a beautiful, beautiful day here in Rosario. The sun is out. It is absolutely boiling out there. Plenty of shade required. People bringing parasols and sitting in the shade of the stand, but certainly a day for sunscreen and water. And here come the two teams out onto the park to contest this bronze medal match. China up against Germany. China, who were second in Valencia in the last round, up against Germany, who were third in Valencia in the last round. The two didn't play in Spain, but they play here in Rosario for the bronze medal. Right, the teams are out. We'll have the national anthems as always. First China's and then Germany's. Well, we expect a tight one between these two sides. The last time they've met, the last two matches have both been draws. Let's have a look at the two sides, starting with China. And their leading goal scorer in this competition is number 2, Wang Mengyu. She has 3 penalty corners, and Germany will be well aware of the threat should they give any away. The right-hand side has been the best attacking threat, with Sun Peng and Liang pulling the strings, but Dei Xiao Zhao has also been trying her best on the left-hand side for China. Well, they're coached by Cho Myung-jun, who is Korean, former striker with the Korean men. Well, as for Germany, they've reached this stage without winning a game, but their shootout win over Australia in the quarter-final got them into the medal match. Well, their top goal scorer, well, it's Hauke, number 21, and Altenberg, number 18. But they've started. It's been a strange performance by Germany in this competition so far. They've been good and they've been poor. Which team will Yamelon Mulders see here today? Well, blowing the whistle for this bronze medal match, it's the all-Argentinian pairing, Irene Krasenki and Soledad Iparraguirre. Germany started brightly in their semi-final, against New Zealand, and then just fell away. A couple of bad errors giving away goals. But can they start here as they finished against New Zealand? Here we go then. The penultimate match of the Argentina Hockey World League final is underway. China with the first possession, attacking the goal to our left-hand side in the all-yellow strip. Germany playing in all black. I'm Charlie Broom, and joining me in the commentary box for this one, the former Wales and Great Britain international Sarah Thomas. And Sarah, your thoughts ahead of this game?
Well, I'm thinking that the key to this game is going to be which team starts the best, which team gets into their stride a little bit quicker. We've seen from both of these teams throughout the tournament, they're slow starters and they're quite comfortable in terms of defending and then only push towards the third and fourth quarter to try and get some goals and get that win. So I think key today for them is to put their stamp their authority in the first or second quarter.
We saw Germany start very well against New Zealand, and just a couple of mistakes. That mistake by Müller-Wieland gifting the first goal sort of took the wind out of their sails a little bit.
Yeah, most certainly, I think, and that was most definitely their best start of this tournament, and I think Yami Mulders will be asking the girls to go out there and do the same today. We see at the moment already they're like 3/4 half-court press, and I just expect them to switch that up to a high press at some point to try and put the Chinese defence under pressure. Yeah.
Kui under a bit of pressure to Wang. Here is Sun trying to pick out Peng Yang, but can't do that because Schroeder is there to cut it out. It hasn't been consistent by Germany, has it, at all?
No, they've certainly not been able to find that continuity and the consistency throughout the tournament. They've done some brilliant things, particularly as we've said in the fourth quarter, and worked their way back into certain games. I think teams are starting to get into the mindset now, the opposition against them is like, gee, these Germans can really come back into the game and pose a threat early on, so they need to be smart.
Hoffman trying to find Altenberg through the middle, but Wang is there to pick it up. Finds Dei Zhao Zhao. Dei Zhao Zhao picking out Zhang. Well, China opened with a 1-0 loss to Australia, then drew 1-1 with Great Britain, and then 2 good wins. So first against Argentina by 3-1. That was a real surprise. Then Korea in the quarter-final, and then against Argentina the other night. They were really disappointing, weren't they?
Yeah, they were poor. I thought they were good in defence. Their zonal press in midfield was extremely good against Argentina yesterday, but yeah, they were certainly substandard in the attack. They sometimes
offered
play
no
with
threat.
Yeah, they just sometimes play with too much fear for my liking. I mean, as an attacking player, I like to see teams go out and try and take it to the opposition. You're never going to win a game if you don't score a goal.
So pitchside temperatures, you can see 28 degrees. That's on the bench in the shade. Out on the park, it is a lot hotter, isn't it? There's a breeze blowing high up, but down on the pitch, it really is still. And it's into the circle now. Chance Hauke, and calm defending in the end.
Good work.
16.
Good work already from Schroeder, though. I mean, she's an influential player for the German team, and you can see her then starting to get her silky skills out and try and create opportunities close to the circle edge.
Well, Germany are the lowest ranked side in this competition, so they're batting above their world ranking point, as indeed are China. So that is good for both teams in terms of world ranking points and perhaps moving up those world rankings. I would think Germany have got a good chance of moving up from ninth, but here's a chance for China. And there is Julia Muller with a big flat stick to cut it out. Schroeder then up against Dei Zhao Zhao. Still going Schroeder, trying to pick out Altenberg. Tipped off the side of the park. Germany opened with a 5-1 loss to the Dutch. Drew 1-1 with Korea. Lost to New Zealand by 3-1 in the pool stage. Then were 2-0 down against Australia. And just through their sheer determination, got it back 2-1. And then lost to New Zealand 2-1 in the semi-final yesterday. But again, showed great determination to try and get back into it. And had a penalty corner, didn't they? 12 seconds from time, which Rutherford did well to save in the New Zealand goal. And see the Black Sticks through to their first major final, their first major FIH final that's they've seen the top teams play in. Just as an indication or reflection of China's attacking threat in that semi-final, they didn't have any penalty corners.
Yeah, and as we said at the start, I mean, Wang's been extremely good for them in corners. Actually, not many of the teams in this tournament have done that well on corners. You normally see Australia, the Netherlands, putting a lot more corners away than what we have seen. And I think Wang in particular has been very, very good, and they've shown some variations at corners as well. So that would be something as a coach you'd be asking your players to think about when you get into the circle today. Muller
to Muller Wieland. I wonder if she'll play any balls across the circle today. Oh, that's a poor ball out by Muller, but she gets away with it because Peng Yang can't bring it under control. Hauke brings it away, finds Tashka. Tashka looking for Schutzer. Kui getting in and dispossessing Schutzer, but illegally. Tashka takes it quickly. Opportunity for Haase, still going. Haase. And here is Sun. Sun picking out Zhang. Sun once again. Zhang gives it straight back to Germany. Schutzer.
That's a moment when Germany win the ball. They need to get it out. They need to transfer it to the other side. China have got all their numbers in that one area, and Germany can potentially catch them off guard if they try and do that. Get the transfer across.
Lifted by Schutzer, and that gives China the free out.
But as we said, Charlie, despite China not being that strong in attack yesterday, they were certainly good in defence, weren't they? And Kui in particular was fantastic, wasn't she, through the centre of the park?
Yeah, very good. Well, we mentioned the last meeting between these a 0-0 draw in Mendoza in the minor places playoff. Went to a shootout, which China won 5-4 the first round of sudden death they won it in. Then before that, they drew 1-1 in Group B in the Hockey World Cup in 2014 when the games were played over 2 halves of 35. Hannah Kruger, who's missing for Germany here in Rosario, gave Germany the lead on that day in the 60th minute, but then Peng Yang equalised less than a minute later. Here comes Hauke. Hase, cross it comes, and the chance, it's in! Germany take the lead, a well taken goal, and it's Oldhaffer who's got on the end of the move. China 0, Germany 1.
This isn't the first time we've seen Germany attack like this today, but the difference here was that they managed to get that cross in, and both forwards there, I think it's Mary Mavers and Oldhaffer, going in, getting to ground to get that ball, and Oldhaffer, as you can see, a full stretch there on the floor, is managing to just get the ball, lift it enough to get it up and over Lee and into the goal.
So, China 0, Germany 1. Oldhaffer in the 8th minute gives the lower ranked side in terms of world rankings the lead. And now China, well, we thought yesterday they would have to come out and attack, and they didn't.
It's very confusing though when they don't do that. They have to. I mean, there's no other way they can win the medal if they don't. So I think they have to throw caution to the wind and try and start attacking much more like they were in the early games of this tournament.
It's been 5 years since Germany last beat China. The 2010 Champions Trophy in Nottingham, they won by 4 goals to 1. They met each other in the 5th-8th playoff match in the last Hockey World League final, which China won 3-1. Hard into the circle, and here's another chance, and Hoffman scores 2-0. China being dissected here, found by Altenberg. And Eileen Hoffman scores one of her easier goals to make it China 0, Germany 2.
It was a pretty similar setup to the earlier goal, wasn't it? But Schroeder decided to go straight towards goal this time, and good work from Altenberg, and Fox even on the far post all the way down there.
Hasselmann.
Hasselmann's all the way down there.
She's all the way, yeah, he plays in the back line. Hoffman with an easy tap in, and China at 6s and 7s. 2 goals in just over a minute. Germany firmly in control of this one now. Well, I have to say, before this match started, I thought this one was going to be really tight, but China have had a poor start, and, well, going to have a real test of their character now to see whether or not they can pull it back.
The only reason I thought Germany would have the upper hand today is due to China's performance yesterday, and sometimes I feel with China that they get to the semi-final stage and then they're quite content with having done that. They've almost like they've ticked their goal and they've done what they came to do, and then they kind of die down a little bit, and it's what I saw yesterday, and already is kind of what we've seen today. So that's the only reason, whereas in comparison I feel Germany have been talking in the post-match interviews around growth and each game making a different step, and I kind of feel that they're on a bit of an energy buzz and a bit of momentum.
So, you trying to make tracks down this left flank for China. Can they find a reply before quarter time? You feel if Germany get the next goal,
yeah,
all bets are off.
Yeah.
Liang. There's the free hit. Peng Yang. Cross it comes, but it's unable to bring it under control is Liang. And here goes Altenberg. Oh, she just lost it. But the whistle is blown and Germany have the free hit.
Yeah, you'd like to think as a German player that's your thought on the field now. Your mindset is to try and get another goal, close out this first quarter, because we do see from China quite often a 2-0 lead, and they work their way back into the game, and particularly with this heat on the field, it's not going to be able to keep the intensity up throughout the game as they've done in the first quarter.
Well, loose ball by Otter, picked up by Sum, but good tracking back by Altenberg to win it back for Germany. Well, there is Hasselmann. That's her usual position on that back line, not the far post.
I didn't actually even see her get there, to be honest. I just saw it on the replay there. She must have...
Ninja-like on the left flank. Shoot. Oh, look at that possession in opponent's half. That's no real surprise, but they've turned that domination into goals.
Yeah, which is something we certainly didn't see at the start of the tournament for Germany. They were struggling to score goals, certainly in open play, so real credit to them the way they've come out today and approached this bronze medal match.
Well, they had this sort of energy about them against New Zealand. New Zealand were a little bit more organised at the back, and then there was that huge mistake by Muller-Wieland to give New Zealand the lead. Cleared by Christina Reynolds, who's preferred in goal to Yvonne Frank. Frank played yesterday, a decent game too, but a lot of teams have been alternating keepers here in Rosario. Now, caught with some good defensive work. Hase looking for Teshka. Teshka dispossessed by.
Germany gone back to their back four, really forcing the right half high up the right side of the field, and had that not gone off the field, there was some space for Otter to play that down towards court.
Kui into Sun. I'll have a look down that right-hand side, and I'm not sure that's what Wu intended. Oldhaffer. Mavers leads high. Here is Mavers. Gets a reverse stick on the ball, has a little look up, plays it across. Lee makes the save. It's up into the air, dangerous for short. Penalty corner.
Germany managing to find themselves a lot of space and to attack down that right-hand side. Set move every time, pretty much coming from Hauke or Schroeder to play that ball out to a forward leading out wide right. And again, we see that cross coming in.
Playing with a smile on their face today, Germany. So Hauke walks away to inject, and Teschke and Julia Muller at the top of the circle.
Maver's doing well, ensuring that she's inside the circle when she plays that ball, trying to find a foot, trying to get a cross in.
Teschke's to the right, Muller is to the left. It's going to be Muller. Rifles it straight down the middle. I think it gets a deflection off Sun, and that deceives Lee. But Yami Mulders and his team are 3-0 up inside 13 minutes here in this bronze medal match.
Well, exactly to our point, Charlie. It's exactly what Germany would have wanted to do. Julia Muller getting that in. It's such a hard hit. She's so strong at hitting the ball, and you can see that the number one runner is just taking a little touch off her stick, and as such has gone past Lee, who can do nothing about that.
Goes over Lee's, just her waist, and you can't lift. You can lift your legs, you can't
so
lift your
difficult.
waist. No chance, lift your waist to stop that. Well, it's 3 goals in 5 minutes. And Germany are, well, totally in command. And this could be a huge score here. They've got to get their game plan back here, China. They need quarter time quickly. Altenberg plays at the far post, hits Hoffman's foot, and Altenberg actually had a lot, Schroeder, sorry, had a lot of time. She could have taken it into the circle and actually shot.
Yeah, she could have done. I mean, but you can see Germany totally dominating here. There's not one Chinese defender trying to close Schroeder down there. And in the middle of the park, when they don't receive the ball, they're just walking around as well, which, you know, any coach is going to be disappointed with.
Well, having not had a shootout yesterday, I thought this was the potential for a shootout as Schroeder has a lovely little turn, but just can't see China getting into this at all.
No, they just don't look like they've got any energy or buzz about them, but it's exactly how I felt when they played Argentina yesterday. They didn't look like the team we'd seen in the group stages.
Schroeder trying to go past Peng Yang. Schroeder inside the final minute of the first quarter. Muller-Wieland. Muller-Wieland's got the captain's armband on today. Maybe a little pick-me-up from yesterday. But they've shared it around, haven't they, in every match that...
Yeah, they've got a leadership
Germany.
group, and I think quite a few teams are doing that these days, and encouraging both senior and younger players in the team to be part of a leadership group and have input into how the team want to play, kind of how you'll organise yourselves, and, you know, the values and vision for the team. So it's quite a nice way of getting people involved.
Kui driving. Here's the chance. Lee makes the save. Penalty corner with 2 seconds left on the clock. And China could go in here 4-0 down.
Altenberg was the player eventually doing the really good work. Look at that on the baseline, great piece of skill. Gets initial shot in, but here's the work here where a stick tackle comes in and a foul.
Oh, there's a foot earlier on in the proceedings on the edge of the circle by Kui. So 1 from 1 for Germany so far. And Muller's not on the part, but Muller-Wieland is. And Altenberg is also at the top of the circle. Altenberg is the nearer of the two. And it has gone to Altenberg. Muller-Wieland, deflection, it's in, it is 4-0. It's an absolute catastrophe for China. They're being torn apart here by Germany, who are right up for this bronze medal match. After the first 15 minutes of play, it's China 0, Germany 4.
Ball goes out at the top, it's a deflection pass in from Jana Muller-Wieland.
It takes the deflection, doesn't it?
It does, it's slip pass at the top of the circle, and Jana Muller-Wieland puts that ball in, and it's just take the deflection there of number 7,
Kui the captain.
Kui the captain. I mean, the penalty corner defence has been poor from China in that first quarter.
Well, what a 7-minute period that has been for Germany, and they are winning bronze here, there's no doubt about it. If China managed to score 4 unanswered goals in the rest of this game, it will be the biggest turnaround we've ever seen, ever witnessed. They've got absolutely nothing. Germany are just an inspired form. Yami Mulders must be thinking, where was this earlier in the tournament? In fairness, China allowing them to play, but Germany are taking full effect and in the box position. Well, Cho Myung-jun, the Chinese coach, has just walked away from his players. He's not even saying anything to them. I don't think he can quite believe the start. He's just walked to totally the other end of the bench. And what does that do to your players? I mean, they need some direction here. They need somebody to take them by the scruff of the neck and go, look, okay, let's forget about that last 7 minutes. Let's go out there and play for some pride in these final 3 quarters.
And it's not the type of culture, is it, to disrespect that? You can see them just all standing there in silence, and they really do need someone to give them some sort of advice and try and G them up now moving into the second quarter, because they find themselves in an absolutely dreadful position.
Germany can't wait for this second quarter to get going because after the first 15 minutes they lead China by 4 goals to 0. It's been a perfect performance by Germany. China have allowed them to play, but you know, you still got to take your chances. And Germany, who have really struggled in front of goal in the previous 5 matches, are now enjoying themselves.
Yeah, they definitely look like that down there on the field, don't they? They're having space and time to move the ball around, and where they've lacked in this tournament so far is the connection between the midfield and the forwards, and as we can see today, they're certainly getting that right and working their way into the circle really, really well.
But that's because the pressure's not being applied by China.
Yeah, no, the Chinese players are admittedly walking around in midfield at points.
Germany spent it to this right-hand side. Hassman has so much time to look up and place the pass in. This time, Dei Zhao gets her stick on it, and Wang brings it out. Does she draw the foul from Schutzer? She does. Wang into Dei. Over to that far side now. Can Peng Yang make something happen here? Nice work from Peng Yang. Here's the chance! Oh, what a touch from Hasselmann as Yu Xian was coming in to pull the trigger.
Yeah, fantastic touch from Hasselmann there. I mean, she totally read that. Knew exactly where the ball was going to be played and stepped out.
Teschke has Mavers outside. They're in again here, Germany. Oldhaffer on the spot, and Lee makes the save. Maybe Teschke, who was in support, but credit Lee with some quick thinking.
Great work from Germany, though, as we see, you know, the attack's the best we've seen in this tournament so far, playing the ball down the sideline, getting players to make that early lead to receive the ball deep and then getting into the circle quite quickly.
Schroeder, Teschke, dispossessed illegally, wins the free hit, takes it, Hasselmann to the right, she's gone to the centre. Lee needs to be quick, she is.
It's that moment there that's killing the Chinese team. They're given the foul, but they're not retreating, they're not facing the ball, and as such, Germany are able to just go straight towards goal.
Teschke chops it inside. I think even Soledad Perigueri is feeling sorry for China, because usually that's a green card for playing the ball away after the whistle. Otter, Müller-Wieland. Caught. More pressure coming from China now. Touched on from Teschke. Here's Oldhaffer. Oldhaffer to the goal line. Oldhaffer. Good tackle coming in from Wu Xiong. Otter. Müller-Wieland. Kui, the captain.
I mean, the centre forward for China, number 11, looks like she's really struggling to even...
Here's another chance. Penalty corner. They're just looking at each other in that defence, China.
They're just looking for someone to take ownership and make a decision, and nobody is at the moment. Their legs look tied up front, and it's certainly in the circle, they're not getting anything right. Exposing themselves once again, feet open, really, really bad tackle in the circle there. Just sliding the stick, you know, we call it like an old Russian tackle where you're sweeping it and exposing your feet. You need to be protecting your feet, both hands on the stick, nice and low in that area.
Well, you can see Haase to the left, Müller-Wieland in the centre of the goal. Now the two at the top, 2 from 2 from penalty corners, 2 from 14 before this match. China just need to keep this one out. Gone to Müller-Wieland again, slaps, and this time Sun's there. It's just slow to react, and it's another penalty corner. It was there for Sun. In fairness, I'm not sure she knew where it was. Müller-Wieland and Haase at the top of the circle again. Müller-Wieland once more, it's a change to Haase, and Lee makes the save. Good work from Li Dongjiao.
Yeah, that'll give her a little bit of confidence. making a save like that. She needs to start communicating to her defence. They'll get them in the right position and get them to start making decisions and closing players down a lot quicker than they are.
But she hasn't had too many chances with the 4 goals that have been scored. The 2 penalty corners with deflections, nothing you can do about that, and she's been left exposed by a defence for the first 2.
Yeah, and she's been great this tournament as well. I think that's what I mean in terms of the defence in front of her. Need to get their structure, need to get people in places early and not just be jogging back.
Schroeder. First time from Tashka. Here's Schroeder, still going Schroeder. And trying to get it clear. And the ball behind Zhang, and they're back under the cosh here, China. Oldhaffer. Otter wins the free hit. Otter into the circle, shot comes in, wide of the mark. But
you can see there the 2 players in front who aren't quite 5 metres. Perfect, get out of the way, but face the ball and have someone behind you stepping in to try and make the tackle. But at the moment, no one is. This is the corner that's gone to the second battery. Muller-Wieland stepping over it as a fake, and eventually Hassa putting something on goal. But China need to get their defence right, especially off free hits when Germany are taking them quickly.
And that probably about sums it up for China.
Yeah.
Hassa. Wang is there. They're usually so watertight in defence. Certainly over the last couple of years. That's a nice ball. Now, here's a chance. A 3-on-3 situation. Good movement by Lee. Gets in front of her player. Still not out of the danger zone. And trying to have the free hit. Which Wu Zhiya will take. Peng Yang. Peng Yang into the circle. Peng Yang still going. Oh, Otter's gone to ground. That's a penalty corner. That was easy for Peng. Just to spin back.
Yeah, Otter doing well initially to try and get a stick in and stay composed, and in the last minute drops to her feet. Drops to her knees in the circle and has given that corner away.
Now. And China find one back here. Sets of consolation just yet, because there's too much of the game still to play. But you feel that they've got to take this opportunity. Wang Renyu, in it comes. Here's the number 2. Looks for the deflection.
Oh.
It's off Hasselmann, is it? Or off the keeper?
Reynolds.
It's off Reynolds, who's high-fiving all round. Pei Zhao Zhao. So Wu, and it comes Hasselmann with the last touch. Another long corner. There's 2 players on the same line for China there. Dei Zhao Zhao stretching for it. Can't bring it under control. And it's just rolled off by Pieper to Schroeder. Muller-Wieland. Muller now on this right side. Well, no real surprise to see that in Germany's favour. Let's have another look at this save.
Yeah, good from Wang at the top, managing to get it off. Little deflection there, but absolutely great save from Reynolds as she's on her way to ground. China having only 1 battery at the top of the circle, so it's quite obvious as to which one it's going to go to. Most teams now at international level have 2.
Schroeder. Muller. Muller cracking it across. Dei Zhao Zhao gets half a stick on it. Schroeder can't bring it under control. And, well, Peng Yang and Liang. And that's good working back from Halka. I mean, it is hot out there, and the other day when they played Korea, as we see this tackle from Halka, the other day against Korea, both teams, it was almost like a truce. Like after the first quarter, we all just, we won't play it at such a pace.
Yeah.
And here Germany are just willing to keep running and running and running, and,
yeah,
and perhaps China aren't quite there.
I think it's difficult for China, given the fact that, like I said at the start, they take a while to get into their stride in games. You know, they build confidence and momentum as the game goes on. It's almost like they start to think, okay, we've not conceded, now we'll go out. But today, given that they've already conceded 4 goals, it's going to be such a difficult task for them to even get 1, if not 2, back on the board.
Well, it's important they try and keep a clean sheet in the second quarter. Halka. Cross it comes. Oh, at the far post. Hoffman just a little late in arriving.
This is where so many of their attacks are coming from for Germany. Pieper this time getting that cross in. Fantastic delivery. I mean, far enough away from the goalkeeper. And you can see there, Hoffman diving in and just misses it. But Strong once again in the circle.
Keyboard penalised for the challenge on Wang. As you see, It's been a while since Germany last got the better of China. I think they're going to put that record straight today. Still going though, here's the opportunity for one back. Still there. And Reynolds somehow keeps it out. Zhang Jinrong just couldn't get it onto her stick.
Great steal there, and has come into the circle. I mean, this is fantastic once again from Reynolds. Great save on the top of her foot, and then defenders getting back in there. Hasselmann to ensure that no corner is given away.
Altenberg keeps it in play, has a little look up. She's got Keeble in the centre. It's only Kiwa. Muller tries to get it all the way across the other side of the park, but never got hold of the ball. This is meant for Liang, and Liang has got it. Liang driving into the circle, has Otter for company. Liang up against Otter, waiting for some support. There isn't much. Manages to get it past Otter, but Zhang was nearer to the keeper. Li. Zhang. Back under the shoulder. Zhang again, somehow still going. Zhang. Here's Reynolds. Reynolds again, doing very well. Well, Reynolds didn't have a great game against New Zealand, but since then she's been very good. Lee onto the reverse stick. Half cross, didn't really hit it sweetly. Nice work. Another good steal. Lee still going. And penalty corner. Given, I think it might have come a little earlier for China, but they've got it eventually.
No credit to China, they are pushing high up the field, they're getting into the circle, and
this is much better.
Much better. I mean, some little stick skills there. I mean, not having to do an awful lot of work to find that foot, but starting to get into that circle and get some opportunities, which is much improved upon the first quarter performance.
Can Wang find a way past? Here she comes. Yes, she can. Wang Mengyu makes it China 1, Germany 4. And they do get a goal back before half-time. Wang Mengyu now goes to the top of the scoring charts. Joint top with Helen Richardson-Walsh from Great Britain.
Great work from Wang at the top. I mean, as we said, they've only got a single battery, so difficult to read. But as it comes out at the top, here we see it. Great work, flying that down. Oh, and it's just gone straight down through Reynolds and into the goal.
Altenberg won't be happy. But well, perhaps that might be a weakness for Reynolds, because that's the second goal from a penalty corner she's let in down the middle, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you'll be
at that end as well against New Zealand. And that Thompson,
yes,
with the
correct,
drag flick, it went straight down the middle.
That didn't have much pace on it either, did it?
Harsa, first time ball across, and Kui is there. Now Kui's in a spot of bother, does well, but look how many black shirts are in there. Wang with the offensive tackle, 2.5 remaining in this first half. Schroeder, Muller-Wieland, Otter. There's a zip about China that was distinctly missing in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, that shave tackle we just saw there from number 27, you certainly wouldn't have seen that in the first quarter. They're desperately trying to win the ball back and get themselves back into this now.
Zhang fires it across. Oh, it's beaten everybody. They'll be thinking to themselves, how on earth did we concede 4 in the first quarter? Liang. Wow, I think Liang can consider herself a little unfortunate. Looked like it came off the foot of Muller-Wieland. Wang Mengyu fires it in. Muller is there. Caught. And they swarm around court, and it's Germany's sideline ball. Muller, there's the aerial. And here is Wang. He's a free hit. It's deflected into the circle. Muller-Wieland, Otter, sorry, gets an edge behind, long corner. Final minute of the first half. Peng Yang, lovely skill from Peng Yang, will get the advantage. And China just need to be aware of the clock here. Wang rifles it in, but Teshka there on the edge of the circle to get the stick on it. Teshka bringing it away to Hasa. Hasa. Cut out by Sun. Wu. Final 10 seconds of the half. Sun. That right hand side. And Wu will take it to the right. And well, that is going to be the half-time hooter. And after a dominant first quarter, China have got themselves, having been dominated in the first quarter, China have got themselves back into this a little bit. They've got the only goal of the second quarter and trail by 4 goals to 1.
Something new, something fresh.
I say, oh, why does it feel so good to be there? Getting what I want, boy. Why does that make you so mad?
Yeah.
You see, oh, why does it feel so good to be there? 'Cause if there's trouble that you're looking for, oh baby, here I am.
Put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up. That's right. Showtime.
Jamie, 4 goals in 7 minutes. How easy is it for you to keep your players focused?
How easy. First thing, it is a surprise that the German women's team scores 4 times in a row in the first half. Now, but I think we played a pretty good first half. They showed all the quality they have. It will be interesting to see what will happen now. So keep the intensify, play as easy as possible, and put some pressure on China. Yeah, looking forward.
Brilliant. Thanks very much and good luck for the playoff.
Thanks.
I say, oh, why does it feel so good? So good to be there.
1, 2, 3,
penalised for the first tackle on Hauke.
China's press just causing no problems whatsoever for Germany. Well, Wieland able to get that ball out to Hauke, who's been running both off the left and the right in midfield and picking balls up in open space.
Huang Mengyu stepping up to dispossess Altenberg, and Peng Yang now. Opportunity Liang just in front of Wu, but nothing coming for China there. Altenberg. Hauke. The ball inside to Otter, who's running to a little bit of a cul-de-sac, but there was a couple of swinging sticks in there. Otter with the... Oh, it's come off the post! Hoffman had turned her back. Lee had gone to cover Hoffman, and it bounces harmlessly out of the China circle. Day. Space on this right-hand side for China if they can work it here. They've gone now. They work it round the back.
China just so slow to get into position, and as we saw then, you know, almost getting themselves into trouble because they haven't got that easy pass option out.
Cracked forward by Sun, and it's got its way through to Peng Yang. Well, it's a 2-on-1 situation here for China. Peng Yang! Well, Zhong Mengling was in the middle. He couldn't get on the end of it.
Completely unmarked as well. Zhong, the German defenders hadn't picked her up, and you can see here she recognises to get the backhand cross in. Unfortunately, gets underneath the ball, and in doing so rises up, but this is down the other side from Otter. Totally mishits that one into the circle. No one there, but comes up off the post, and China lucky that there were no German forwards lingering in the area to put that one away.
Now, Hoffman was, as I say, just running away. She turned away to run back and set up for the 16 defence. Lee. Nice spin out from Zhang. Zhang draws the foul from Teschke. Oh, no, it's gone Germany's way. In front of Oldhaffer. Schroeder, Otter, just bubbled up for a second off Otter's stick, and Zhong fancied her chances. Well, Wieland's got to be careful. Shot comes in. Peng Yang with a really good opportunity to at least draw a save from Christina Reynolds, but she can't hit the target.
Good work from Peng Yang, and immediately as she gets into that circle, she's taking the shot. It's not on target, and obviously that's what she wanted to do, but even so, being really direct and much better from the forwards in those areas.
Set up for the 16 defence. Lee. Nice spin out from Zhang. Zhang draws the foul from Teschke. Oh, no, it's gone Germany's way. In front of Oldhaffer. Schroeder, Otter, just bubbled up for a second off Otter's stick, and Zhong fancied her chances. Well, Wieland's got to be careful. Shot comes in. Peng Yang with a really good opportunity to at least draw a save from Christina Reynolds, but she can't hit the target.
Good work from Peng Yang, and immediately as she gets into that circle, she's taking the shot. It's not on target, and obviously that's what she wanted to do, but even so, being really direct and much better from the forwards in those areas.
Sun Xiao penalised for not being the required distance from the aerial. Shoots it. Caught behind. Shoots it. There's the foul. Here's Hasa waltzing into the circle. Hasa! Good save from Lee. China just switched off there.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what happened to them in the first half as well.
Another chance. Shoots it! It's been turned in at the far post. It's Marie Mavers. And poor old Lee just completely isolated once again.
China's so slow to react when they're giving those free hits away, particularly around the circle edge, but all credit to Germany here. Shoots it, smashing that one in, and Mavers is unmarked and completely free on the far post. Yeah, 3 German forwards completely open, and they've got 3 Chinese defenders just stood in the centre of the field. I mean, really, really bad marking.
3 Germany forwards between Lee and her line of defence. When she has a one-on-one situation, sort of shot from the top of the circle, Lee's been very good, but as a keeper, when you've got somebody hitting the ball at you from what, 15 yards, not even 15 yards, and 3 people
Exactly, you just
around
don't
you.
know which one to go to. You can't cover all options. You need your defensive line in front of you to act as a wall, and certainly they need to mark up, get the right side of the players, and have an impact in there.
If the touch could save, a penalty corner off Reynolds into the advancing China player. And an opportunity here.
A long slap ball in, good deflection initially, and Reynolds just kicking that one up into the body.
It's Lee once again. So, Wang Mingyu. Can she find another way back for China? Here he comes now, Wang Mingyu finds the back of the net, and it's China 2, Germany 5, and Wang Mingyu is now the tournament's top goal scorer.
Superb from Wang from the top of the circle. I mean, you see the whip of her body as she tries to pull that around. I mean, stays nice and low in it for a period, and then that final whip just gets on it and
Just
look at that,
bounces.
just bounces just before Reynolds.
Otherwise
stick
Reynolds
through.
gets it.
Yeah, she would have completely got that. That's just come up off the turf.
Delight for the China supporters. Well, a minute after going 5-1 down, they've got it back to 3. So we said at the top of the match that Germany wouldn't want to give away too many penalty corners because China have been very efficient from the top of the circle. Well, that's 2 from 3 here. That's 5 from 10 in the tournament.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because you see so many teams trying to use different options and having 2 batteries at the top of the circle, and China have simply stuck to 1 battery, 1 person, and being the most effective.
Perhaps you can overcomplicate these things. Germany still dominating the attacking play. Look at that, 30 circle entries, which has resulted in 19 shots. Here goes Altenberg. Altenberg into the circle. And Altenberg penalised for the stick check. Who wins the free hit? Chinese fancy need 1 more in this quarter to give themselves any hope in the final 15. Teshka looking for Altenberg, and Kui just gets there. Feeds it out to this right-hand side where Liang spins and Schutzer wins possession back. Schutzer has a little look up all the way through to Hoffman. He can't quite bring it under control at the first time of asking, but she's got a stick on the ball now. Schutzer, Hoffman, and just too far in front of her. Kui picks up. Sideline ball for China. Shoots it, driving to the head of the circle. Shoots her into the circle. And Germany ball. Keeper trying to go around Zhang. And crowded out in the end by Zhang and Zhong. Zhang. That's a lovely ball now. Can Dei Xiao Xiao can't quite bring it in under control at the first time of asking. It's pushed her a bit wide. And that's gone against the China attacker. Altenberg. Kiwa can't bring it in. So 3:50 of this 3rd quarter to go. Peng Yang spinning away from Julia Muller, gets the ball forward. Hasselmann cuts it out. Hasselmann under a little bit of pressure, but easily gets it out to Schroeder, to Schutzer. It's a 4-on-4 situation at the back here. And Schroeder, look at that, Schroeder's in so much space. Zhong just never went with the initial run and has put her team in pressure, under pressure once again. It's another goal. Altenberg making it 6-2 now to Germany. And it all comes about because the midfield didn't have the legs to get back, and Schroeder just walked into the 23.
Yeah, good way from Schutzer originally to pass this off to Schroeder, but Schroeder creates a lot of opportunities for Germany through the midfield, and you can see her just lay that one off. But what a finish that is from Altenberg. Doesn't even celebrate. So composed. It's not an easy skill to smash a backhand like that to ensure that it gets past the goalkeeper and the defender who's on the line. Great finish from Altenberg.
Altenberg's third goal of the tournament. And that, if it hadn't been a done deal already, surely we'll give Germany the bronze here.
Well, certainly made it exciting. I mean, China have had no option at all but to come out and try and attack in the second half, and not quite linking up passes, but we've seen them put some really good backhand passes through the midfield to long forwards, but I think Germany are doing really well to try and keep in the game and keep putting more and more goals on the scoreboard.
Well, 4-1 up at half-time. They've won this third quarter 2-1 at the moment. I think that will please Mulder's. Should have been better from China after that first quarter, but way too much damage done in that first 15.
Yeah, that first 15 absolutely killed it for them, and it's going to be so difficult to work their way back in the game. But they've taken step by step. But yeah, I think this is far too out of their reach.
So Cho Myung-jun will look for a final push to try and eat into this deficit. Bronze, I think, is certainly beyond China here. So just 15 minutes left of the penultimate match at this Argentina Hockey World League final for 2015. And in the bronze medal match, it's Germany in the box seat. Here's the 6th goal for them. Schroeder setting up Altenberg. And that's a fine finish from the Germany number 18, who scores her 3rd goal of the tournament. Scored a brace against Australia to force the shootout. And Lee, who's had an excellent tournament, has been totally isolated in this bronze medal game. Germany then get this final 15 minutes underway, leading by 6 goals to 2. We've had goals in every quarter. Germany failing to score in the second, and they get the first free hit. It's played onto the foot of Yu Xian. Well, they're trying to crack it through 3. Wang picks it up. So, chance for China through Zhang. Trying to find it down, the ball down at the goal line to Zhong. Zhong will take the sideline ball. Nice work from Peng Yang. The top of the circle. And the first touch was poor from Zhong. Tashka. Hasselman. Skipped over off a stick. A little glare at the pitch. Zhong beaten to it by Hasselman. And here is Keeble, with Altenberg and Hoffman in front of her. And he's tackled by Wu. Free hit goes China's way on that far side. Kui. The middle of the park to Wang. Free hit to Yu. Yu drives the head of the circle. Here's an opportunity. Across it comes. Yu's missed it. They just got themselves a little bit muddled up on their running lines there, China, but that was a really good opportunity for them to make it 6-3.
Yeah, you can see their preference of attacking through the centre of the field. 2 passes and they're already in. And watch this as Jess falls behind Yu and she's just unable to get on top of it.
Back in the circle though, China. Oh, I'm not sure what that ball is. Back to Wang. Zhong. On to Altenberg's. I think Altenberg not too happy with it, and it comes again. And again the running line's a little bit confused. 2 players going for the same thing, and Zhong deflecting it behind her teammate who is coming in. Wang Mengyu is now playing up front for China. Either that or she's just very slow to get back. And she's been pushed further up the park.
Yeah, it does look that way. I mean, she's got the opportunity to drag flick, but here they come.
Yu straight through the middle. Yu onto the reverse stick. Yu now spinning. And she obviously didn't fancy it on the reverse stick.
Yeah, good defence there from Muller-Wieland, making sure that she couldn't get the shot off as Yu comes in, trying to use her body to protect it to try and get an opportunity to take the shot, but Muller-Wieland doing really well and forcing Yu to spin inside, and eventually Germany get the ball back.
The press coming here from China. Muller-Wieland to Muller into the Agade Zhao Zhao. This is how the scoring's gone. Devastating start to the first quarter, and I know it's ifs and buts and things like that, but had China been as watertight as they usually are in that first quarter, then it's a much closer game.
Yeah, the communication amongst the defence in the circle was extremely poor. They were finding themselves not just in the wrong position, but on top of each other a lot of the time, and their response to giving away free hits, were, they were far too slow to be doing that at international level.
Oh, now here's another opportunity. Shot to the far post, doesn't really get hold of it. There's Li Jiaqi, but they've created chances.
They certainly have, and I mean, what is meant going 4-0 down is that they've had to come out and attack, and as we saw earlier in the tournament, they can do it, and they can create opportunities, and they certainly can score their penalty corners, but they always just leave it too late in the game, and especially in this one, to get back in it.
Okay, China have now had more circle entries than Germany, and they've had the same number of shots, and they're trailing 6-2.
Yeah, it's crazy statistics, but I think given the first quarter, we thought China were completely out of this game, and okay, they're not going to win it, they're not going to get the bronze medal, but they've done well. As we said, they're an inexperienced side. They've got the least amount of caps in this tournament, and for many, it'll be the first bronze medal playoff match they've ever played in. So great experience for them, despite the result not going their way at the moment.
Peng Yang takes it on herself. Into the circle it goes. Muller easily picks it off.
Look at their legs, though. I mean, they don't even start jogging for the first 3-4 seconds, and then they're able to try and get something back. But
they're just hoping one of their teammates makes a tackle. Crack forward, Hasselmann. Good pick. Muller finding Schutzer. Here's Oldhaffer. Oldhaffer dispossessed by Wu. Interesting ball. Just saw that stat there. 17 turnovers for China in the first quarter, only 9 from Germany. Zhao Zhao penalised for not being 5 from the receiving player. Hotter. Keeper. To Schroeder. Looking for Hoffman. Sun Xiao. Spin by Lee. So the area ball from Muller-Wieland. Good tackle from Kui. Well read. Oldhaffer though now has possession. Can't get it past Li Jiaqi. This is Zhang. What a ball that is to Wang Mengyu, but she can't bring it under control.
We've seen them pick a couple of those, haven't we, from midfield, trying to put a great backhand in. Look at that, it's absolutely perfect. I mean, had the Chinese forward worked a little bit harder sooner, she could have been on top of that and completely one-on-one against Reynolds in the German goal.
Well, you say the China forward, it's actually the China centre-back who's playing at the front.
True. They've pushed her higher, given that she's the top goal scorer, but albeit off corners, they've pushed her much higher up the field now to try and get something on target for them.
I think Wang Mengyu's played every minute of every quarter in this tournament.
Yeah, they don't take her off. I don't think they take her off, and that is why you start to see them way down. They're much more focused on their starting 11 staying on the field. They're not. You see German forwards, German substitutions, coming on already, but very rarely will you see that with China. They'll do it in the forward line, but they certainly won't do it around defence and in midfield.
Liang driving into the circle. Hauke gets it clear. Hasselmann finding Keeble. Keeble throws it down the line. Maves it led right to left rather than left to right.
And I get that Germany is 6-2 up, but what worked so well for them in that first quarter was the link between the midfields and the forwards. They were just getting it right. They were making those connections. It was slick, and as the game's progressed, actually, they've got further and further away from that.
Good pick by Peng Yang. Peng Yang into the circle. Peng Yang will fancy this on the reverse. Gets too close to Reynolds, and Reynolds can make the save.
Yeah, good work from Reynolds off our line there, but Peng Yang getting into that circle with speed. Look at that on the left side. And as you say, Charlie just gets too close to get that backhand shot off.
Lee, inside the final 5 minutes. No score in this final quarter. Mavers, Hauka, here is Hauka. Hauka back to Mavers. Mavers sliding in. Great save by Lee. And trying to get it clear. It's one of those for the keeper. She makes the save, and then nobody in yellow is trying to take the ball away from the end of her stick, and she's thinking, oh, please.
Yeah, she's completely isolated, isn't she? But good attack from Germany. Mavers setting it up, choosing this time to not go on the outside, but spin in and play the ball to Hauka. Hauka finally giving it back to her. And
spin. Reynolds makes the save. And Yu Xian can't find a third goal for China. Schroeder, Hauka. Sun steps up in front of Oldhaffer. Wang. Winning the free hit. A lot of goals the last time Germany beat China, and there's going to be a lot of goals here. Peng Yang cuts back inside, or tries to, and Rilla Wieland with a good take on the reverse stick. Schroeder. Hasa. Good commitment from Kui to get that behind. Otter. Otter, Muller-Wieland. So you see Jackie trying to go around Oldhaffer. Schroeder and Day. Free hit to Germany. And here goes Peng Yang. Peng Yang going straight down the middle of the park. Peng Yang all the way into the circle. Little spin onto the reverse stick. Shot wide of the mark.
Peng Yang had so much space there, didn't she? I mean, the players were around her, but they weren't putting a tackle in. And this time she finds herself getting the backhand shot off, but it's at such a tight angle. And once again, she's got under it, and it's just raised far too high over the goal.
That's a really difficult angle to score from. She tried to put the half spin in to buy herself some time, but that half spin just took her too wide. Nice ball, Dei Zhao Zhao. Can't pick it up. Teshka. Hasa. Has caught to her right. Teshka. Muller-Wieland. Otter. Muller. Muller will go back to Otter. And Germany are going to win their first match of this tournament in regulation time. And with it, they're going to take the bronze. So China just taking their time. And Liang to Peng Yang. Shoots it. Bring it under control. Oldhaffer. The elbow. Final 15 seconds, and well, China might think what might have happened had they not had such a bad opening 15 minutes. As it was, they did, and that is the difference between the two sides. That first 15 minutes, there is the final hooter, and Germany take bronze here in Rosario. They have beaten China comprehensively in this third-fourth playoff match. The final score, China 2, Germany 6. Well, Sarah, a real disappointment for China, but Germany will be delighted to finish with such a positive performance.
Absolutely. I mean, winning the last game of any tournament is extremely important, and I think that first quarter we saw from Germany was some of the best hockey we've seen from them in this whole tournament, and to finish with their first win of the tournament as well, they'll be absolutely ecstatic.
Well, you can see what it means to them. Hugs all round, and it will be a happy bunch in Rosario tonight. Final score then in this bronze medal match, China 2, Germany 6. So let's have have a look at the highlights then, and this is the opening quarter, which was just phenomenal from a Germany perspective.
Yeah, great attacking hockey down the right hand side. Hasse putting the ball in for the finish from Oldhofer, and this time we see Schroeder putting the ball in. Altenberg getting that touch, and Hoffman's the one to put it in the back. One of the corners from Julia Muller smashes that, but takes a little deflection off the number 1 runner, and they're both goal. Yeah, Muller-Wieland putting it in and trying to get a deflection on it up and above into the goal.
Well, this was China's first reply. Mike Meng-Yu going through Reynolds' legs, but didn't take long. May was on the far post. Mike Meng-Yu, this goal taking it to the top of the goal-scoring chart in this tournament. Fine finish from Altenberg. That was the end of the scoring. Right, let's hear from Jana Muller-Wieland, the Germany captain, who's with Mel Klulo.
Jana, you finished the
Pool with 1 point and in 4th place. Did you think walking away with a bronze medal was a possibility?
Yes, we have the quarterfinals. We always thought there's a way. Obviously, we didn't think this before, and that's why we're quite happy to finish that.
And 4 goals in the first quarter. It's almost like a different team turned up today.
I think we just scored every goal we did in the last few games, so if it's today, it's fine with me. Just happy we scored it all.
And it's often said that the German team don't get a lot of contact time together and that you get better as the tournament goes on. Does that prove the point?
Yes, it does, but we start too far low, and we have to be earlier in the tournament next time, but that's a big lesson learned, and so we're looking forward to the next tournament.
Brilliant. Thanks so much for your time. Get your feet up and good luck for next year.
And Muller-Wieland peels off to go and join the celebrations down below our commentary box, but well, you see Jan Mulder's there having a chat to his team there, Sarah. He said it's all about building not for Rio but for Tokyo in 2020, and they have progressed in this tournament.
Yeah, they most certainly have. I mean, they've got a couple of injured players at home as well who were quite key to this setup, and I think, you know, he'll be extremely pleased with the way they've, you know, worked their way through this tournament. They've showed resilience and determination, particularly in those games against Australia where they took the game to extra time for shootouts. And today in the first quarter was an extremely good performance. I mean, putting 4 goals away is something they've not been able to do this tournament, so yeah, I'm sure he'll be delighted with that.
And well, let's have a look at today's schedule. The 3rd and 4th playoff match has been done and dusted. Germany have taken bronze by beating China by 6 goals to 2. Next up is the final. The hosts, Argentina, up against New Zealand. What a game that promises to be, and it's two sides that know each other very well. This will be the 8th meeting between the two teams this year. Well, disappointment for China, but it is, well, was the youngest squad, the most inexperienced squad here at the tournament, and they will have learned a lot from this bronze medal match. But they will go back and start preparations in the new year for the Rio Olympics, which start in August. But it's all about Germany in this bronze medal match. They have beaten China comprehensively. Final score once again, China 2, Germany 6.